My name is Stephen King. Spent some time in the dark.
Please don't let me in the dark.
Help me. I'm gonna scare the hell out of you. And that's a promise.
Welcome to Castle Rock Radio. I am Max Booth.
And I am Lori Michelle.
And this is the 50th episode of the Stephen King podcast.
Woo!
I thought you were going to keep going like a ghost.
Woo! Is that better?
Yes.
Awesome. Can you believe we've made it 50 episodes?
Yeah.
You can?
That's what the title of this track says. I have put my faith in the mathematics, so yeah.
I didn't know there was any mathematics involved.
Well, what do you call 5 and 0?
It's called a number. It doesn't called mathematics.
Well, numerals or math.
Not always.
Name one time it's not.
When x plus y equals z.
That's mathematics.
I know, but that has no numbers involved at all.
Okay, well, we won't say that. We will say when numbers are involved. It's always mathematics. You were trying to tell me instances exist when numbers are not mathematics.
I'm sure there's some.
Name me one.
I can't right at the
One.
moment.
Little math joke for you, because today, on the good old 50th episode of Castle Rock Radio, we're talking about The Lawnmower Man. Now, hold on. You may be thinking, but Max, but Lily, but Castle Rock Radio hosts, you've already discussed The Lawnmower Man, and you know, you would be correct. Episode 1, that's what we talked about. But we talked about the short story, and today, on episode 50, we're talking about the movie.
Whoa.
I gotta say, I kind of like this movie.
You know what? It wasn't too bad. I really enjoyed it a lot more than I expected to.
I might love this movie.
I don't know about love. It's definitely a cult thing.
We're gonna get into some cults in a second.
All right.
So we're gonna take a quick break. Gonna play the trailer for the movie, and then we're gonna discuss The Lawnmower Man, episode 50.
From Stephen King
Virtual reality holds a key to the evolution of the human mind.
comes another shock to the system.
There's no telling how far it can take you.
He'll get under your skin,
What are you hiding?
into your system,
What is it?
and tear you apart.
I am God here.
From Stephen King comes the most terrifying film of the year, The Lawnmower Man. Rated R. Experience it Friday at a theater near you.
So this came out in 1992, directed and co-written by Brett Leonard.
Very cool.
Is it? Why do you say really cool?
I don't know. Why not?
Why is Brett Leonard cool?
He might be a really awesome guy.
I'm gonna tell you, he thinks he is. Because I happen to take a look at this man's Wikipedia page, and I am positive he has written it himself. So I'm just gonna read some snippets of it.
All right.
The Lawnmower Man is considered the first seminal film to feature virtual reality as a cautionary tale, becoming the #1 commercially successful independent film of 1992, budgeted at just under $6 million, and eventually earning over $150 million worldwide. His other film,
Virtuosity.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
became the first major film to feature nanotechnology set in a cyberpunk-based future, with Brett Leonard casting Russell Crowe and Denzel Washington together a full 12 years before they would again co-star on American Gangster.
Woohoo. Ain't he fancy?
Leonard's work with the IMAX 3D process set him apart from most directors, having gained early experience with his cutting-edge presentation medium directing T-Rex back to Cretaceous in IMAX 3D. The film became the first #1 hit 3D movie to gross over $100 million worldwide. on IMAX screens alone. He created a sensation when he took his Swolm Cam Fusion station onto The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and, with guest Billy Idol, implemented one of the first live webcasts over from the House of Blues in Los Angeles.
Whoa.
This guy thinks a lot of himself, and he absolutely wrote this Wikipedia page.
Either he wrote
Nobody
it or
knows enough about this man.
Somebody just loves him that much.
In 2012, Brett filmed a new concept in musical cinema called Pop Fiction Life. Seeing the proliferation of small high-definition screens on smartphones, tablets, and laptops, Pop Fiction Life frag films are full-length feature movies with existing artists that have multiple free frags, aka fragments, of the movie which are watchable, shareable, and embeddable in social media blogs and web pages. In 2017, he called for use of the term virtual experience instead of virtual reality.
Whoa, and fancy.
I'll note on Brett Leonard's Wikipedia page. Also, funny enough, at the top of the page, there's a nice little note from Wikipedia itself. This article has been nominated to be checked for its neutrality.
Yeah.
There's a discussion can be found on the talk page. Let's see if anything links to that. So the reason why it has been marked, according to this Wikipedia editor, this article reads like it was written by Leonard's PR team, a worshipful fan, or Leonard himself. There's a lot of glowing purple prose and many remarkable attributions that are completely unsourced.
Yeah. I think. Whoopee, one archive was added. Whoop.
Yeah, so we're not the only ones to think this. Fuck you, Brett Leonard. So I mean, we talked at length about what happened with the adaptation,
right?
Back on episode 1, which was, well, this is episode 50. Then episode 1 was, what, like 50 years ago?
Absolutely.
Is that how math works?
Yes, that's exactly how math works.
Okay, so half a century ago, when we did episode 1, we talked in length, so we're not going to really do that again.
No.
Just to cover the basics. Go ahead.
Yeah, Stephen King had nothing to do with this film. They used his name, saying it was Stephen King's The Lawnmower Man. He sued them because he had nothing to do with the film. The film was not based on his short story. It had nothing to do with his short story. All in all, he won. The name Stephen King had to be removed from everything.
Yeah, because what had happened was Brett Leonard had this movie called Cyber Gods, and New Line Cinema just happened to have the rights to The Lawnmower Man, so they thought, well, let's just mishmash these two together and try to milk it.
No. The only thing similar is this dude mows lawns. Whoopie-doo.
Do you think they added that?
I don't know. I mean, there was a couple of like Easter eggs towards Stephen King towards the end, but it was like, okay, that's not enough to call it Stephen King's Lawnmower Man.
I just wonder if he was always a lawnmower man.
I don't know.
Or they just added that, like, oh, he needs a job.
Yeah. I don't know. That could be.
Why don't you know this?
I'm sorry.
You know who would have known? David Koresh.
Yes, of course.
Of Waco Hall of Fame. Now, do you want to give a brief...
A brief history of Waco?
Yeah. For the folks who do not know.
David Koresh was the leader of the Branch Davidian cult in Waco, Texas. And I think it was around 92, 93. For some reason, the American Tobacco and Firearms decided that they were storing firearms there. Was it 93?
Yeah.
So they surrounded the building and I don't know, there was a standoff for a long time. It lasted for like a
couple days.
It was longer than that. It was a couple of weeks. It was a big deal here, of course, because we're not that far from Waco. And instead of giving up, the Branch Davidians set the whole entire complex on fire and burned up.
Do you remember much about it when it was happening?
I don't remember a whole lot because I don't pay attention to the news. I know that sounds awful, but it was on the news 24/7 here.
Wasn't that when you first moved to Texas?
Yeah, it was like right after I'd moved to Texas. So first off, I wasn't quite sure where Waco was.
Yeah.
Because Texas is a huge, humongous state for those who don't know. And you know, again, I was still busy trying to figure out where I was living and what I was doing to really pay attention to the news.
time to pay attention to some Waco Waco.
Waco.
Didn't the FBI like blast awful music?
They did all sorts of things. Yeah, I know music was a big part of it.
Meanwhile,
Lights.
they thought they were annoying them. Meanwhile, inside they were watching the Lawnmower Man. So David Koresh has gone on the record of being a fanatic fan. Was that redundant? An avid fan of the 1992 movie The Lawnmower Man, and he would play it over and over again to his followers, like he would just have screenings of this movie. I don't know if he had like a film reel of it.
Probably. It wouldn't surprise me that he like clicked with a character, because he did think he was God. I mean, he thought he was the messenger come down to save all these people.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't surprise me.
He saw Job's now this is from a Washington Post write-up about it. He saw Job's intellectual progression as an allegory of his spiritual awakening.
So this revelatory event occurred in 1985 at Mount Zion in Israel, where Koresh believed a Christ-like angel would lead 144,000 pure believers to victory over evil at the end time. In his vision, Koresh, then known as Vernon Howell, he looked a lot more like a Vernon Howell, met 7 angelic beings and rode with them on a celestial flying saucer past the constellation Orion to the city of God. So in his interpretation of the film, Koresh is Job, the guy that's the head of this movie. The lab is the spiritual transporter, and God is the central computer. So he was fucking nuts, let me tell you.
He came across this movie at exactly the right time in his life.
Yes, he did.
Like a lot of times, like when teenagers come across Donnie Darko when they're going through some dark times.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this movie clicks with me. David Koresh, The Lawnmower Man, was his Donnie Darko. And now this movie, it shows a lot of themes to Flowers of Al.
Oh, Flowers for Algernon.
Yeah, right? Because
it does, because Flowers for Algernon is about a guy who's been giving drugs and becomes smarter and smarter and smarter.
I've never seen that.
But I know, this movie itself kind of sucked, but the book was excellent.
Is that the book where kids eat a bunch of poisoned donuts and fuck each other?
No, that's Flowers in the Attic.
Oh.
My other favorite book.
Is that what that book's about?
Yeah, basically.
I've never read that either, but I know those poisoned donuts and incest. Two of my favorite things.
Yes. Of course. Actually, I think in the book it was sugar cookies. Maybe it was in the movie. It was sugar cookies.
Donuts.
Was it donuts in the book?
I don't know.
It's been a long time since I read that
Someone's told me paddle donuts.
It was probably me, because I wrote a paper on that.
About it constantly.
I do.
You're
I love that book.
I don't know. You're either talking about that or just incest in general.
Yeah, I talk about that all the time. What are you talking about?
You're crazy about it.
You're gonna get arrested.
What? Incest isn't a crime, is it?
I don't know.
I honestly don't know.
Let us know if you know.
Yeah, do you know that? Write in at castlerockcast.com. No.
At gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Is incest a crime?
I don't know. It's wrong, whatever it is.
Well, I mean, it depends.
On what?
Looks.
Oh, okay. Of course.
So, speaking of incest, this movie begins with a chimp. Well, we begin with this chimp playing a first-person shooter reality game.
Right.
He's being tested on by these scientists, and the chimp is just going around shooting fake enemies.
Right. And in the background, there's a scientist talking to another guy saying, we can't do that to the chimps. He's getting smarter and he's getting smarter. And it's obvious that this company is creating these chimps to go to war.
Yeah. Isn't there talk about, like, selling them to the military?
Yeah, something like that. Or they're owned by the military or something.
The military is getting on the ass about not progressing things.
Right.
It's a lot of, just scientists talk. Right. We can't do that. Yes, we can. We have to.
This is about the same time, though, what we were at in Desert Storm, right after Desert Storm. So, I mean, it would make sense that was a big deal.
Yeah, monkeys.
Not just monkeys, but
Chips.
I mean, this is before, now we have a lot of drone technology to not send men in, or women. But back then...
We believe in equality at Castle Rock Radio.
But But in the Desert Storm, we didn't have that ability still, you know?
So we were just sending chimps in, huh?
Yes, of course.
It was a real rule of the apes. I mean, aren't they questioning that possibility? Some type of monkey uprising?
They haven't seen Planet of the Apes in this movie.
They should.
They should,
Scientists. Any scientist who studies with monkeys should be, like, mandatory viewing.
Of course.
But yeah, so the chimp, maybe she, it gets super smart because of the experiments going on, and the chimp picks the lock of its cage one night, and it begins having these PTSD flashbacks of, like, being a nom. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's basically like whatever vision filter they've put on this chimp is making it confuse reality with the virtual reality game it was playing, and it begins, like, just shooting, attacks a girl, takes his gun, and just goes on this rampage. It even knows how to use a key code to escape.
Right, and he knows pick the gun off the... He knows it's a gun, and he should get it. He knows which way is clear and which way is not clear.
Yeah, like, isn't he, like, seeing text in his vision?
Yeah.
Like, ooh, this path is safe. Incoming.
Right.
Incoming.
Target.
It's like a Terminator monkey.
It is. It's just
That's
like
what
a
those
Terminator
movies
monkey.
were missing.
More monkeys. Arnold needs a monkey.
Ooh, ah. So,
I'll
Conda.
be back. Ha ha.
Then the chimp is shot. Maybe.
Yes.
Shot
I don't know.
At. I thought the chimp was killed, but I was looking at the Wikipedia page, and it says the chimp escapes.
Yeah, I don't know.
But as soon as the gunshots go off, the protagonist, Pierce Brosnan, jumps up awake. Which, at first I thought he had dreamed that this monkey had gone on a rampage. But then the phone rings almost immediately after he wakes up, and he goes, yeah, hey. And instead of announcing who this this caller is, the person just goes, your chimp is dead. Hey. Oh, so hey, that answers the question. Wikipedia is fucking wrong.
Wikipedia, how could you?
Wikipedia, the same website that allowed Brett Leonard
to write his own bio.
We're on to you, man. We know you did it. Gotta be more subtle with that. Reminds me of how I even came to Texas.
You did.
I earned a bunch of money, like $300, by writing Wikipedia pages for indie writers who were not famous enough to have their own pages.
And they were taken down shortly later.
None of them lasted. And no one got refunded. And I used that money to buy a bus ticket to Texas.
And here you are.
Training monkeys and
flying monkeys. Wait, what?
doing a podcast, making my mom proud.
Of course.
Okay, so Pierce Brosnan, after he's having this phone call about his dead chimp, and he kind of just glances outside his window. He sees this strange, like, abuse happening in the house next door.
The dad's beating the shit out of the little boy next door.
Yeah,
and the mom's just standing there.
And Pierce Brosnan's just, like, standing, watching, scratching his balls.
What's weird is, I mean, he had been asleep and woken up, and yet they're still awake next door. So
scientists can sleep
was he, like, sleeping at, like, 6 in the afternoon? Or or is the family next door just not go to bed till like 2 a.m.?
Well, it's also established his dad is a drunk, so maybe he came home, woke everybody up. Maybe. He was like, who ate the last piece of cake? I don't know. But the boy...
Damn it, I wanted a Twinkie!
This neighborhood boy. He is the main kid from Last Action Hero.
Is that who that was? He looked very familiar.
Speaking of chimp Terminators.
That was a chimp Terminator.
I really want that now. So, the titular Lawnmower Man makes an appearance finally. He
Ta-da!
is a mentally challenged man.
Very challenged.
Who is living in a shed.
He lives like in the shed of the church or something.
He's watched over by a shady priest.
Yes.
Who I thought was his brother for the longest time, but that's not true.
No.
His brother owns the lawn service,
right.
And that he's given Job, who was the lawnmower man, a job.
Right.
But then I thought maybe the priest was his father, because he kept calling him father. But then I remembered, oh yeah, Those religious folks, they have little names.
He's father because he is a father, not because he's a father. What?
And I would have been so confused if I was a priest.
Right?
I'm nobody's father.
Wait a minute, it wasn't me.
I'm a little,
I was in Tibet that
I'm
day.
taking a blood test.
But I mean, it's also revealed that Job is he's mentally not with it, but
Is that the official medical tone?
yes,
ma'am, your son is medically
mentally
not with it.
But he's like extremely handy with like machines.
Yeah.
So it's ta-da-da. He's handy with machines.
What's your point?
Well, later he gets like excited by the computer and
Yeah.
he can take over the computer. So yeah,
Oh, don't spoil it.
I think people know what this movie's about.
No, they don't. Listen, the short story this is based off of, it's about a pagan worshipper who gets naked and eats grass.
Yes, you don't think anybody that's listening to this podcast has ever watched this movie?
Yeah, but maybe they forgot.
Okay. Going on.
Going on, and the priest is super abusive.
Right.
There's a thing how, like, he has to give penance. But whatever that is, it seems to entail
It's like-
writing the little I on a chalkboard.
No, that's how many times he struck himself.
Oh, okay. I was confused. I thought maybe he was trying to do tally marks, but he forgot the line, the cross.
Well, that's what he was doing, was tally marks, but he was just marking
Oh.
straight lines.
All right, I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's going on with the Lawnmower Man.
Right.
It really is a rip-off of that movie.
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
But with a virtual reality. Because Brett Leonard is cool.
Of course.
There's a cigarette bully
Yes.
who will say... So, the Lawnmower Man has the lawnmower job. He's also the gas station man. Well, he's the pump man.
He's the one that's supposed to put gas into the gas thing to run the lawnmower.
Oh, isn't he also just, like, pumping up vehicles?
No, he was filling up the canister.
Oh! I thought he built at the gas station.
No, they were there getting gas for the lawnmower.
Well, that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Well, there's a guy who built at the gas station who's a bully.
he is a bully.
He does not like the Lawnmower Man, mostly because of how he is slow.
Yes.
Maybe he just hates lawnmowers.
Maybe he does. Maybe he's just sad because his hair can't be that nice.
That what?
Nice. It came out weird.
It came out as lice.
I know.
I wouldn't be sad about that. There's a scene when he is pumping gas into his...
The canister thing.
Yeah, you know, those things. And the employee, the cigarette bully, I know him as, he walks up with a cigarette, and the Lawnmower Man begins freaking out because he's like, you can't be this close to gasoline with a lit cigarette. And
Right.
the cigarette bully's like, ha 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 ha.
What are you going to do about it?
It's like, what the fuck, man? You need to lose your job.
Right? I hope the station blows up on you.
This guy needs to take a training class.
Well, apparently.
This fucking idiot. It's like when I see people talking on cell phones while pumping gas. It's like,
Yeah. It says
it's not supposed to trigger like a...
Yeah, because it could spark. It
Like
says
a-
in big letters there, please do not use cell phone while pumping gas.
People can't fucking go 2 seconds without it.
I know.
It's probably the person who hit me was on the cell phone.
Probably.
That was rear-ended a few days ago, folks.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah. Not in a good way. Not in an insexual way.
Bend over.
So we cut back to Pierce Brosnan, the science guy.
Just doesn't have the same ring to it.
It's probably why he's a failed scientist.
Probably.
You have to have a catchy name.
Is that why
Though his name isn't Pierce Brosnan in this. It's,
No,
just
I
who
don't know.
knows?
Dr. Arugolo. That's not what it is. It starts with an A
Fangoli.
or something, but
Algernon.
no, it's not Algernon.
Algernon. Whatever. What a stupid name. Why is it called that?
Because that's his name.
In the movie?
In the book.
The book?
Yes.
Also in the movie?
Yes.
Did they change it to like Aaron?
No.
Okay.
It's not a Keen Peele's.
So he's doing some virtual reality shit in his basement.
Right.
He's like, it's like a free falling simulation.
Right.
And then his wife comes downstairs and unplugs it. And he freaks out. He yells, "Never unplug a man when he's falling," which just sparks this massive argument.
Right.
Which boils down to she wants to go to the city to just socialize, and he's too busy doing his virtual reality.
Right. I mean, she like throws a, you said you were going to take me to the city. I mean, that's exactly what she says. He's like, honey, I forgot. Let's go get dressed right now. It's too late.
What is she doing in this city anyway? Do they have reservations?
I don't know.
She's going to walk around? What city?
What city is it? I mean, if it's like a cool city, maybe, but I don't even want to go into our city.
These people are middle-aged.
Right.
They're not like just hanging out.
There's no hanging out there. Maybe there was a jazz concert going on or something.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah. And she's like, if you don't spend time with me, I'm going to leave you. And they just keep fighting, and then all of a sudden she's divorcing him.
I know. My favorite part
gone.
is he's sitting down at his computer downstairs, and she comes downstairs and she goes, my plane leaves in an hour. He goes, okay. It's like,
bye.
not a bye, or I'll miss you, or, you know,
Never
too bad we
unplug
can't.
a man when he's falling.
How come we couldn't work this out, honey? You know,
It was so sudden.
I was like, bye. Okay.
I think he wanted this.
Maybe so.
But
It's just funny.
But this like sends him into a downward spiral of alcoholism,
Yes.
and he gets real focused on his machines, and he notices the Lawnmower Man outside, and he cons him and the Neighbor Boy into coming down to his basement. Which, okay, he should have thought that one out.
A little bit.
It's basically, hey kid, I come down to my basement.
I got some candy.
And do some experiments. Which is what he does. He does all these experiments on the kid and the Lawnmower Man.
Right. They're playing games, virtual reality games.
Yeah.
And he could tell that Job is upset by losing to the young boy.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, you know what? I can make you smarter. Would you like that? You can't tell anybody. It'll be our little secret. Which sounds exactly like something an incestual person would say.
It really does.
So I don't know anybody that doesn't want to be smarter. Except maybe Bill Gates.
Man, you know, that guy's a piece of shit.
Is he?
I don't know. What a stupid last name.
I don't know. He gives away free textbooks to college kids, so.
Yeah, but Gates. What an asshole. I don't like rich people.
Unless it's us.
I would hate us.
What if it was a rich person that was supporting us on Patreon at www.patreon.com/PMM Publishing?
You know, fuck those people too. Fuck all of you. Now just please pledge. We need money badly. So he begins giving the Lawnmower Man drugs.
Right.
Like smelt pills.
Right. And playing these virtual reality games, which reminded me a whole lot of like how the Matrix works, where you just get plugged in and automatically you know how to like fly planes and stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing is they blame it all on the virtual reality and him getting smarter. But the drugs have to have something to do with it.
I think it's 90% drugs.
Right?
5% incest.
5% virtual reality.
Yeah. But did you notice like the symbols that shoot into his brain? Like some strange Hindu letters.
Yeah, they were weird. Well, it's mathematical language is what it is. Mr. Math.
So yeah, the Lawnmower Man, he begins getting more intelligent. He sees like a photograph one day in his shed of a cowboy posing.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, I have abs too. And he's just posing in his room in front of a mirror doing different cowboy poses. And then his priest dad comes in. And he's like, hey, don't do any cowboy poses on my watch.
Yeah.
He tries to hit him, and then he catches his hand. He's like, oh, hitting's bad.
He's like, haven't you ever heard of knocking before you come into somebody's house?
You might catch them posing heroically. So he goes to the gas station again. He loves his gas station.
I think it's the only gas station in town.
Maybe.
Maybe that's why she wanted to go to this city. She was tired of the coke at this gas station.
That's why I thought he built it. He's always at the fucking gas station. And he sees this woman.
Apparently she's a recent divorce. No, not divorce. A recent widower.
She's a wealthy widow.
A wealthy widow.
Who has, quotes, I don't know, paraphrased. Spread the legs to every John around town.
Especially if they're young
But
and good
she's
looking.
not a hoe because she does it for free.
Yeah, somebody said that in the movie too.
Yeah, the cigarette bully.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
It's fine.
They talk like she has almost no lines. The women in this movie they're just useless, basically.
Pretty much.
One, the wife, she divorces the husband because she can't go to the city, and she's gone. She never comes back. Then we have this widow who she sees the Lawnmower Man, and she goes, "Wow, you're not the Lawnmower Man."
She's like all turned on.
Because he's cleaned his face, basically.
He brushed his hair and put on some new clothes.
And she's like, "You should come to my house one day." And he's like, "I mow your lawn, so I will, probably. It's in my schedule."
I'll see you like Thursday.
And she leaves, and the cigarette bully is kind of jealous, and they have some... That's when he begins saying how she's fucked everybody around town. And something else happens that results with the cigarette bully punching the Lawnmower Man, like, across the jaw. He goes flying across the driveway. But, like, there's no consequence.
Yeah, nobody who comes
This
and arrest
man
him.
should be in jail.
Somebody should arrest him or give him a ticket or something.
You don't just say, "Oh, this it happens in movies all the time," but if this is real life, filing a police report. People are going to jail. You can't just punch someone across the face
Are you sure?
as an adult man.
Are you sure?
I don't know how to avoid those situations because I can't fight. Look at me. I wouldn't make it. So he's mowing the lawn of the widow.
Right.
And she has like lemonade, and his brother is like, "Oh, you should go fuck that woman."
That's not his brother, that's his boss.
That is his brother.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's
the
his
brother
boss.
owns the lawnmower company.
Yeah, his brother is the priest. It's the priest's brother that owns the lawnmower company.
The priest brother? What?
Yes, the priest.
He's
his
not
brother.
his brother.
Are you sure?
Yeah. The priest is just some guy who watches over him for whatever reason.
See, I thought the priest and the lawnmower owner were brothers.
No,
And
the lawnmower owner is Job's brother.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's like, "Just go fuck that
Never
woman.
mind.
Go on, bro." So he goes into the house, and they have disgusting sex scene.
Yes.
He's never kissed anyone before, so he's kind of just holding out his tongue and just pulling it around her face. And she's like just grabbing his tongue and sucking it on it.
Yeah, I don't understand quite what was going on there.
It is awful. She straddles him, but it's like she's on his chest and just like
Yes.
go. Ugh.
She's-
I wanted to vomit.
It didn't look like sex at all.
It's so gross. The second grossest sex scene in this movie. We'll get on to the grosser one later.
Yes.
I know you guys are waiting on it. So he is so smart now, he can no longer have comic books. He's
Yes.
giving them all away. He gives his whole crate to the Last Action Hero kid because he's like, "Oh no, I've outgrown comics."
I've gotten too intelligent for comics.
If you were so fucking smart, Brett Leonard, why didn't you predict the uprising in comic books?
Yeah.
You fucking moron. Write that in your Wikipedia
If he was that
page.
smart, he would have saved the comic books and sold them for millions.
You fucking dope. So while in this, he's in a cafe is when he gives the comic books away. He gets this migraine,
Right.
and all of a sudden he's like eavesdropping on everybody's thoughts.
That was pretty cool.
I liked it.
But it was kind of cool because it was like, he's like in pain and it hurts him to hear all these thoughts. It's not just like, "Oh, I'm hearing what you're thinking," you know?
It's not like that stupid Mel Gibson movie.
I've never
What
seen that
Women
movie.
Want. Oh man, there has to be a way we can tie that into Stephen King, right? So we can do an episode.
Just so we can watch that.
That movie fucking sucks. What Women Want is not you, Mel Gibson. You fucking idiot. Yeah, so he's at the cafe. He's having his freak out as like everyone's thoughts all bombarding him. Like, "I don't have time for this shit today."
Yeah.
He runs out, and it's just a big montage of him exploring these mind abilities.
Right, because all of a sudden, not only can he hear everybody else's thoughts, but he can actually move things in the physical world.
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
But yeah.
He lifts a chair for the scientist dude. Mm-hmm. He's like, look what I can do.
So there's a scene when he's just squeezing toothpaste until it's empty.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, he's going to have to clean that shit
It's
up.
gonna be a mess because it was like against a cabinet door.
I know. I'm like, you could at least taken it out.
Speed up taking it out. So let's say there's a bunch of more sex scenes.
Yes.
And one of them is after he's developed these telekinetic abilities. So, like, my question is, I've never had telekinesis. I don't know about you.
I had it the other day, but I decided to give it back.
To who?
Whoever gave it to me.
Were you hanging out with the Lawnmower Man?
Yes!
How come, like, he doesn't have these, like the ultimate mind freak out during, like, climaxing?
I don't know. That's a good question, because you would think that, like, that ultimate of an experience would trigger something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's been a while since you've climaxed, but...
Do I need to smack you?
I just wanted to say that.
You wanted to say climax, but didn't you?
I did. I have no finished sentence.
Yeah.
Anyway, eavesdrop hotline.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
No.
Why not?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
There was a point when the Lawnmower Man and his new chick are watching TV, and there's a close-up of the camera on the TV, and for like a solid minute, there's an advertisement for eavesdrop hotline.
Yes.
What is this?
I thought
it was is this a real thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Explain it to me.
It used to be like those sex chat things that you could call in.
Yeah.
And it was like, basically, hear what our naughty thoughts are. Basically, it was just another way to say, call and have sex with us.
Oh, that's disappointing.
I know, but it's kind of funny that it ties into this. I'm sure they did that on purpose.
I thought they had made this up because I thought, well, this isn't a sex hotline. This seems different.
No, it is.
I thought it was going to be something like, well, you could call in and just be like, this is what I told today. Like if you didn't have anyone else to gossip to. How is this going to tie into the movie? But it's never brought up again.
That's funny. I'm just imagining a gossip hotline now.
Hi, this is Trish. What's your dish? You'll never believe when I heard that bitch Sarah Lawson say that. Oh shit, she's a real person we know.
Yes. Sure, we love you. Max does not mean any disrespect.
It was just a full name that popped in my head.
Don't want to know why Sharon Lawson's name is the first name that popped into your head.
I don't know. Telekinetic abilities. Anyway, well, now I know that's a real thing, so never mind. Anyway, let's get on to the grossest sex scene I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, well, he can tell because he can read minds now.
People saying she's ovulating.
No.
He can read uteruses now.
He might be able to. I don't know. But he knows. He knows. He knows. Shit. He knows that she wants to do kinkier things. So he says, I've got the kinkiest experience for you.
Yeah, because she thinks this after watching the eavesdrop hotline.
Right.
That's how that ties in.
So he takes her down to the laboratory and hooks her up into the virtual reality machine, and he hooks himself up into the other virtual reality suit.
Like, what are these things?
They're like suits that are connected to
a big spiel?
A big sphere, so it kind of makes them look like Vitruvian Man. Everybody knows what Vitruvian Man is.
I'll just say, okay.
So they go in, and they're having sex in the virtual reality. And my first thought is does that really give you any pleasure?
We haven't described the graphics.
I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm postulating at this point.
Well, how would you describe these avatars they inhibit?
They're very plain and bland. Originally, it's just like a big blob of brown.
Of pixelated
brown.
Yeah.
But then as they kiss, it's like it's stringy almost.
Their mouths like melt together.
Right.
And they begin to just
become one.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I understand the symbolism of that.
But the graphics are so fucking stupid. It's disgusting.
Well, it's gross because every time they pull apart, it's like stringy and disgusting. And the thing is like I say, how is that giving you any physical pleasure?
She used to do some weird shit.
Apparently, there's no penetration there.
I mean, you don't know that. You know, I mean, the little skin's penetrating.
I guess. I don't
Imagine
know.
calling in and talking about that in your eavesdrop hotline. This is my ultimate fantasy. I want you to meet me in the spiel.
I don't know.
And we're going to melt into each other. So, this movie has about 8 minutes of computer-generated effects altogether.
Is that it?
Yeah, we add them all up.
Huh. I thought it was longer.
There's a lot of just...
I guess some of it's the same.
Yeah, and also, they only last like a couple seconds
That's
each
true.
time we see it. But there's a lot of just like flying through these super 80s 3D vortexes.
Yeah.
It took 7 people 8 months to complete this 8-minute
Montage.
yeah
Compilation.
of computer generated effects,
And now-
it cost $500,000.
And now some kid would turn on his Mac and hit go, and it would be done better than that.
Imagine if they had Minecraft. and they did
Imagine.
this.
I don't know. The graphics on this thing were so bad. I mean, the virtual reality graphics.
It's like, yeah, we'll see that
very bad.
Simpsons Treehouse of Hill episode
Yes,
where
with the-
Homer walks and he's hiding from Patty and Selma. He goes and he hides behind a bookshelf and he goes into this vortex.
Right, and like it's like Bizarro World almost.
Yeah, it's just he's stuck in this green plane in space, and he just begins getting sucked into it deeper and deeper, and the graphics are just so fucking wonky.
Yeah, that's kind of how this virtual reality was.
Yeah, I feel like there's a specific rule to describe.
Well, it's almost 8-bit in
Almost
nature,
8-bit,
but it's
yeah.
not quite.
It's like the dawn of 3D.
Yeah.
When people had no idea what to do with it yet.
It's nothing's smooth. Everything has got a rough edge to it.
That's but it's kind of some of its charm is why it's so good.
Maybe so.
Like, imagine if it looked good. This movie would be stupid. It's like, oh, what the hell's going on? But you're so dumbfounded by how it looks. It's like, I like it. So, yeah. He devises his lawnmower, Big Red.
We have to finish talking about the sex scene here.
Did I miss something?
Yes.
What?
So towards the end of it, she falls to the ground of this virtual reality thing, and the military stuff that he's been getting, and I can't remember the name. It was like Project 5 or something. They've been giving him on the sly, and like it clicks in his brain that he's like out to kill almost. Like it makes him angry. But he drops her to the ground, and like she's getting sucked in by the virtual reality, and she's like, "Let me go! I gotta get up! I'm being sucked in! I'm feeling suffocated!" Because the virtual reality is pulling her in, and he's just like laughing at her. Ha ha ha!
Doesn't he say, I know what you really want?
Yeah, something like that.
Be sucked into this ground.
But by the time she gets done with the virtual reality, it's basically fried her brain.
Yeah.
Because for the rest of the movie, she can't do anything but laugh hysterically.
Typical woman cackling.
Cackling
Nothing
away.
to say.
Yes, yes.
We know what you're thinking. Lone YouTube commenter.
Yeah.
We deleted that comment. Fuck you.
But now he's got the ability to make the lawnmower do the mow by itself, and
Yeah, Big Red. That's
Big
what
Red,
he's
yes.
called it. And that's a throwback to the short story because the lawnmower in that story mowed by itself
right.
through telekinetic abilities.
Whoa.
But I think in this movie he's just devised it.
I don't know. I think
Oh.
I think he's moving it with his mind.
Okay.
Because, I mean, he can also make people kind of do what he wants to and make them think what he wants to
Yeah.
by bending whatever it is.
Do you think he's reading that lawnmower's mind?
I don't know. Does the lawnmower have a mind?
I don't know. That's the ultimate question, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Pierce Bronson and some other scientist dude, they go to like an out-of-town meeting, conference.
Right, because the military wants to see what...
They want an update.
They want an update, basically.
And his assistant like snitches like, oh, we won't believe what this lawnmower man's doing. And the big boss, who is what's his face?
Hank Schrader.
Hank Schrader from Breaking Bad. Dean Norris himself playing the director.
The director.
Not the movie. That's
No.
Brett Leonard, as Wikipedia will tell you. But his name in this movie is called the Directal.
Yes.
He's supposed to be like the big boss man.
Right.
He's like, oh, let's do those chimp experiments that went so bad last time on him. And Pierce Brosnan's like, no, the chimp died last time. Let's wait. And because this is the government, they're like, no, we can't wait. We have to do it now.
Right.
And they attempt to, like, ambush Pierce Brosnan, like, to keep him from escaping. Right.
I don't know. It was a little confusing.
All of a sudden, everyone's showing up with guns to, like, subdue Pierce Brosnan because they're all afraid he's going to, like, rebel.
Which he is trying to. He's like, I don't want those experiments being done on this man.
Yeah. So he's running away. He's being chased. He gets stopped. And this guy with a gun, like an Uzi,
Of course.
is holding it against his back, and they're walking out the end of this hotel. And this hotel guy, he just happens to walk out in front of them holding a, what do you call those wadle trays? A wadle tray?
A waiter tray.
With a champagne on it. And Pierce Brosnan grabs the glass, bashes it against the gunman's head. He is knocked out. He grabs the Uzi and hands it to the hotel local.
Yeah.
He's like, he'll kill this man. And the hotel local looks at the Uzi. He's like, okay. And he points it at the guy. He's like, no, I'm just going to wait.
Yeah, that was kind of silly.
What else is he supposed to do?
I don't know.
How is he supposed to know who's who?
I don't know.
Meanwhile, Job goes to the church where his priest, Brett Leonard, lives. And all of a sudden, his voice has gotten super deep.
Yeah, he's
Is
like...
that a sign of intelligence?
Apparently. He talks very methodically.
He sounds like Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm the Lawnmower Man.
It's not quite that deep, but yeah, it's gotten a lot different than what it was when he was a simpleton.
Yeah, and he's standing like on top of this landing when the priest walks in, and he's looking at him. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing, Job? Get down!" And the Lawnmower Man is just kind of just looking at him and saying some crazy shit.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the priest yells, "I've committed cruel acts of molestation."
Yeah, well, he starts repenting, and that's what he starts with. I've committed cruel acts of molestation.
Don't leave with molestation. Begin with, like, I've pirated
Right.
Smallville.
I cross the street, not in a crosswalk. I mean...
There's too many crosses for that priest. And then he burns alive, but in an extremely computer-generated way.
Yes.
It's extremely fake looking. It doesn't even remotely resemble actual flames. And he just disintegrates. It's wonderful.
Yes, well,
And
of course.
Job just goes on this rampage. He goes to the Lawnmower Man, and he puts, like, mental retardation into his head.
I don't know. It was kind of cool because it's like a simulation of a guy with a lawnmower face raising down this guy's brain. It's like, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, first we see, like, in his pupils,
Yeah.
this generated lawnmower giant head with there's a
Blades,
man's head
yeah.
with blades as teeth in his eyeballs. And then we cut to his brain.
And it's like it's mowing down his brain, basically.
What in the fuck? I love it.
It was pretty cool.
That's what happens. Like, I was hoping he would put the mind of a lawnmower on his head. Because then he's just walking around, running around in all fields, eating grass. Going,
And that would be more like the short story.
Exactly. That's how you do it. You put a lawnmower on his head. He's putting fucking gasoline into his asshole.
What the hell are we doing here now?
Hey, that was in a short story republished
It
by
was.
Joshua Chalinsky in a previous
was.
DMDs. Check that out.
You should.
I don't know which one it was, so I guess you have to buy
30
them all.
or 31, I'm not sure.
Shut up. You have to buy them all. You could also just subscribe by going to Patreon and pledging $1.
Woo!
Patreon.com/PMM Publishing.
Very exciting. And then we cut to the abusive dad, who we've only seen like once or twice, and every time we've seen him, he's just beat the crap out
The
of his
dad
kid.
of the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the dad is just, what is he mad about now?
I don't know. And he's always like, you're just coddling him. And it's like, what is she doing? She's not
The
doing
mom.
anything. Yeah. He's just being a typical kid, you asshole. So anyway, the big red rose mows him over.
It explodes through the front door and runs him over. And the next day, Pierce Brosnan shows up at his own home.
Right.
He sees all this caution tape. He sees this lieutenant standing in a driveway, so he walks up to him. But before he shows up, the lieutenant is standing by himself, just going, hell of a thing. Hell of a thing. He's not talking to anyone.
He's just talking to himself.
He doesn't even look shocked. He's just going, hell of a thing. It's like he's practicing his lines for the movie, and they just caught it.
It probably is. They're like, you know what, that was good. We're just gonna keep it.
Because once Pierce Brosnan shows up, he goes, "Oh, it's a hell of a thing." It was really like he was practicing the line. And then the lieutenant, it's just a gossip bitch. And speaking of eavesdrop hotline,
He does. Maybe
he
he's the owner of Eavesdrop Hotline.
he tells him how the dad has been run over by a lawnmower, and a little reference to the story, the only bits remaining are found in the build bath.
Right.
But then he goes, oh, and also, all these other crimes happened last night.
He said, it's like, what are you, the town newspaper?
You fucking snitch. He runs through all the previous deaths.
Right.
This guy's just a drunk scientist. What is up with this front yard pixelated fight?
Is that where the people turn to pixels?
I guess.
They're after Job. And he's got the ability now to change physical structure as we know it. And he basically turns people to pixels and disintegrates them.
Yeah.
And that's one hell of a way to die. It's a hell of a thing.
Doesn't he, materialize as a giant head?
He might at some point. I know he does somewhere. I don't know.
That's when he, just concentrates and turns everyone to pixels.
Right.
I'm having a difficult time remembering what happened with the pixel fight. But we also get back to scenes of the government meeting room.
And he's like, you better get that guy under control.
Can we... But Dean Norris is on a video, a Skype meeting, but whatever that was in 1992.
Video conference call.
Oh, yeah. His head is giant. It's like fucking Power Rangers, the big head. It's just this one big head, but it keeps doing close-ups on his teeth.
Yeah, it's awful. It's
his teeth are black for some reason.
Do not do close-ups on his teeth.
They're so many cavities. And also, what's up with the English accent?
I don't know. He's got this awful accent. It's like
it's so fake.
You don't sound like that.
Maybe that's what the teeth thing is. He's like, oh, English people have bad teeth. I've been on that brushing for a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just quit showing. Why would the camera show up there?
Anyway, we cut back down to the gate opening of the big HQ of the government house building.
The laboratory.
I don't know. And they go in to talk to Dean Norris, I guess, or whoever's running the headquarters. And they're like, hey, the gate just opened by itself. It's pretty strange, huh? And the boss goes, send everybody we have in this building down to that gate right now. And he walks away. But, why not give them some info? Some fucking...
Right, hey, guess what? This guy can move shit, okay?
Someone's coming who can put a lawnmower into your brain. So, we're gonna die.
Right. Put some aluminum foil on your head.
He has no warning, no indication of what to expect. Just all go down and stand around with guns and see if anything happens. Well, guess what? The Lawnmower Man shows up with giant flies.
Yeah, and they're not real flies. They're
pixelated.
They're computer generated, and it's they're like hornets or something.
Yeah, I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
They don't really even attack the gods, but they all disappear somehow.
Yeah, a lot of them run away. He pixelates a few people, doesn't he?
Maybe, yeah. We haven't talked about his Irish friend.
His Irish friend?
Yeah, who is this man? Is that his brother?
I don't know. That's what you said, it was his brother. I thought it was the brother of the priest.
I don't know.
It's the guy that owns the lawnmower company.
It's an Irish man who's just a really good pal.
He's very accepting of everything. He's like, you're stupid? I like you. You're smart? I like you.
But he even drives the Lawnmower Man to this siege.
Yes.
He's driving him through the gates, and At first I thought, oh, he's controlling his mind to make him drive him. But no, he's just like, okay, is this where you wanted to go?
Yeah.
He's
He's
like,
just,
you got it. Anything
give-
for you, fella. And then he's shot in the head
poor
by
guy.
some sniper. All he's done was give a friend a lift,
Assholes.
which makes the Lawnmower Man go insane.
Yes.
He kills his man who is sniping.
Sniping, is that a verb?
Sniping? Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
I don't know.
So the guy who snipes the Irish fella.
Feller.
I'm sorry.
Would you stop?
He sends the Lawnmower Man to this rage, and he does this thing. Well, he doesn't kill the sniper, but like he disintegrates his body, and it goes into this loop to where he generates in the pixels his body,
Yeah.
and then it disintegrates again over and over. It's like some crazy buffering loop of his cells.
He's being buffered.
Oh man,
Holy.
must be nice. So he goes into the headquarters and does some computer shit.
Well, he told Pierce Brosnan, I'm gonna go into the computer mainframe and I am gonna control everything in the world because I'm gonna send myself out over the internet, because that's when the internet was being,
Yeah, does he say something like, by the year 2001, everybody's gonna have a computer?
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, did this man call it 9/11?
Yes, he did.
Problem solved. We got the wrong guy, fellas.
So, but he's definitely interested in getting into the mainframe computer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his main motive here, and Pierce Brosnan knows this.
Motive. Oh, modem.
Not motive. And Pierce Brosnan actually logs into the mainframe computer from his house and manages to shut off all the portals to the outside world, which of course makes everybody else freaked out that's at the lab, because they're like, oh my god, we can't get it outside,
Okay, I can't check my email. I can't check my AOL account.
So then Pierce Brosnan, the wife from next door, and the little boy
Yes.
get in a car and they go to a bar. No, just kidding. They go to the lab because he knows he needs to stop Job from
Yes.
mainframing.
It sounds like something a teenager does.
Don't let your friend mainframe.
Alone. Sounds like a thing like Fox News would report of kids doing. The latest craze, terrorizing your home. Mainframing. Is your child doing it? Find out tonight at 9:00. So, Pierce Brosnan goes inside. He's like, wait for me outside. The woman and child.
Right.
Who hasn't said a word this whole movie. The woman.
I don't think she has.
And she drives like down the block. And she takes a nap.
Apparently she falls asleep.
Like immediately. This is within a 15-minute time frame.
Yeah.
Because we know this because he has bombs that he sets to detonate within 15 minutes.
Yeah, why do people always do that? I mean, it's like, I understand that you want the bomb to go off sometime soon, but give yourself a chance to get the fuck away from there.
They really underestimate it in every movie.
Yes.
Like give it like a good 2 hours. And if you get out ahead of time, just go back and reset it. How come there's no remote?
I don't know.
Like a cell phone app.
There probably is no.
Oh man.
Hey.
But yeah, he has 15 minutes, and he runs around, does another wonderful 15 minutes. That's not going to sync up at all.
No.
He needs to account for missing time.
Not to mention, what good will that bomb do if the other one goes off already? I mean,
Yeah, isn't that just going to detonate it anyway? Is that how bombs work? I don't know.
Sometimes.
I'm still just amazed. This woman, her husband's just been eaten by a lawnmower. And they go to this secret headquarters, and he's like, I'm going to go blow this place up.
Right.
And she goes, okay. And she falls asleep within a minute.
So, of course, the little boy is getting out of the car and running towards the lab because he's trying to find his friend Job.
And she's just snoring away like a goddamn wino.
And she wakes up, she's like, Peter! I'm like, well, you dumbass, why would you fall asleep?
The third woman in this movie. The most intelligent?
I don't know.
Oh, Brett Leonard, how come you don't have any thoughts about your opinions on feminism in your Wikipedia page?
Yeah.
That seems to be oddly missing, Brett.
So we walk in, and Job has managed to actually destroy his body and become part of the mainframe computer.
Yeah, his body is just like this mushed up mannequin.
Yeah, it's like
now.
a husk of a man.
Husk of a man.
Husk of a man.
My sex tape. I mean, Yolds. He enters the virtual reality. Pierce Brosnan does.
Yes.
To talk to Job.
Right.
What is the objective of this conversation? Because nothing happens.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, Job is trying to get an outside line.
Yeah.
And every port is blocked because Pierce Brosnan has blocked it. My thought is, and here's my thought for the day, if this guy is some sort of all-powerful computer god now, wouldn't he be able to access any port he wanted to? Would he be able to pass Pierce Brosnan's firewall, for crying out loud?
No, instead he's just getting like these giant buttons that say denied, slapping them in the face like gnats.
Right. But I think he was touching the ports, but it's still kind of funny.
Yeah, but he enters the system with Job, and he's just like, you can't be... what is he talking about?
I don't know. Job, you can't do this. And it's
His
like...
body's already dead, and he's planning on blowing it up.
Right, so...
What is he going to put him in a flash drive?
They don't even have flash drives then.
A floppy disk?
A floppy disk might be more appropriate.
My friend, the floppy disk.
My friend Floppy.
But what this movie needs is a return to the chimp.
Where's
What
the
if... okay, the chimp dies, right?
Yes.
But what if he had successfully managed to upload himself into the mainframe? And then we have this fucking surprise chimp that comes back out. It's like, I'm going to save you, doctoral scientist man. You were nice to me. I'm going to fight this Lawnmower Man. And then you have a chimp fight the Lawnmower Man in virtual reality.
Whoa.
Now that's a movie.
It's something.
But no, instead he's just like, well, all right, bye.
Pierce Brosnan goes, I gotta get out of here. Okay, go.
Doesn't the Lawnmower Man goes, I can read your mind?
Yeah.
Well,
I can read your mind because I'm a demon in the Lawnmower Man.
and
That was really good.
thank you. And he goes, oh, a bomb, I'm gonna fix that. But then he's like, oh no, I can't fix that. I've been bamboozled.
And then somehow the little boy comes in. I don't even know what his purpose was. Except for like, oh my god, we gotta get him out of here because the place is gonna blow.
And the Lawnmower Man's like, yeah, I like the boy. You can go now.
Yeah.
And they leave, and then it explodes.
Yeah, but before it does explode, Job finds a way out of the mainframe computer by a maintenance mode. So not all the ports were blocked.
Oh, okay. I must have.
He found some
been
maintenance.
looking at anything but the screen when that happened.
Yes. That's what happens.
But I do know the final scene
Yes.
is every telephone in the universe begins ringing at the same time.
Yes.
And the end?
And that was the end.
What is he planning on saying?
Hey guys, I'm here.
Would you like to eavesdrop with me?
From the 1995 U2. I can hear my voice.
He begins just reciting what movies are playing. And that was the Lawnmower Man.
That makes me think of that Seinfeld.
Yeah, I know.
Call Cosmo. Would you like? Why don't you just tell me the name of the film you want? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Yes, has nothing at all to do with Stephen King. Hooray!
Everything, but yeah. I would recommend it.
It was a good movie.
It was a sequel. I think it was a dog in it. We're gonna have to watch it.
What the hell?
Not right now, though. There's also like 8 games based off of this.
Yeah. Well, I
Which
could
makes
see.
sense.
I could see that. I really could.
I know, like a lot of the computer generated stuff was like recycled for other like video games, but those actual like real video games based off the Lawnmower Man. Yeah. Not exactly an intelligent movie, despite what Brett Leonard's Wikipedia page says, which was totally not written by Brett Leonard. We know you did it.
Well, the thing is they say this is a thing to make sure, watch out for virtual reality and what it can do for you. And it's like, okay, it really has nothing to do with intelligence. I mean, virtual reality, I could see taking over certain things, but
No one gives a shit about virtual reality. I mean, it's popular now. You can pay a lot of money for it, and then you just get dizzy.
yeah, it's not.
You have those for like a hot minute. You had those Google glasses.
Yes,
But then people realized they looked stupid with them on, and they went away.
I know. Like at Fiesta, Texas, you could put on the virtual reality headset on Superman. I don't even think you can do that anymore.
So there was one at Magic Mountain that was pretty cool. You put the glasses on, it's like you were in space in the roller coaster, and you were supposed to be shooting aliens.
That's pretty cool.
But even that was like, okay, my vision sets without actual glasses on.
Right, so everything was kind of big blur to you.
It's like when you had those 3D glasses for like those old movies.
That's all basically virtual reality is.
Like
it's
when,
the new version
like
of
when
3D.
that Nightmare on Elm Street movie came out in 3D. It's like, this 3D doesn't exist. This doesn't make any sense.
I don't like 3D movies.
I don't either.
Just make me nauseated.
I don't like anything that makes me have to put something on my glasses.
Glasses on glasses.
No one's thought this out.
No.
You know whoever invented it had glasses.
Oh, I would assume so. Maybe they had contacts.
Why can't they make like clip-on lenses?
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
Somebody
Anyway,
get on that.
Yeah, get on that. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about some brief news. So
Woohoo.
stay tuned. Okay, and that was the Lawnmower Man. Now, before we get into some news, we are going to rank it on our ever-growing list of ranks. I don't know.
A list
I'm
of ranks.
So fucking tired. This is going to be found on our website, castlerockcast.com. The Lawnmower Man, I guess we should begin. Is it better than the short story? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Little Green God of Agony.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. Desperation.
I think it's even better than Children of the Corn 2.
That's true. It's kind of the same camp.
Yeah.
Would you say it's between that and the App Pupil?
Maybe. I don't even know if Fat Pupil was better.
That's true. Oh man. What about Tales from the Dark Side of the movie?
It'd be right around there, I would say.
I would put it between World Processor and
that's
Christine.
Okay, that's fine.
Or Christine and the Dark Half.
No.
Okay. So we're going to rank it between Christine the movie and World Processor of the Gods.
Very exciting.
Easy enough. No Stephen King news this week. Castle Rock, the TV show's coming out the 25th on Hulu.
Very exciting.
Check it out. Watch it. We're going to have episodes about it, not when they come out immediately,
Right.
but rather quickly.
Not too bad.
Some self-promotional news real quick. Next week, the 28th of July, 7 p.m., we're going to be in St. Louis at Meshuggah Cafe doing some readings. Come check us out. August, in Austin.
We'll be at KillerCon on August 24th through the 26th.
Yeah, doing readings. We're going to be selling books. If you're in Austin, come check us out.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of cool things happening at that convention. A lot of cool people. Brian Keane,
Ralph
Bob
James
Pastorella,
White.
Brian Asman, Max
Then-
Booth.
Lori Michelle. What?
Other folks, probably.
Yeah, no, there's quite a few people coming.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I know they will limit it to like 200 people. I don't know how many tickets are left. Check it out. It'll be fun. That's going to be it. Next week, no episode.
We are taking a break, man.
We're going to be on the road. We'll be recording this. It's almost 2 a.m. Friday morning. We're going to go to sleep, wake up, edit the episode, upload it, then immediately drive for 20 hours.
We may make it to Indiana.
It's going to be a long week and a half, folks.
See, if you guys would support us on Patreon, we could have just flown.
We could have flown, and we could have had this episode up already.
Exactly.
But you know, we need more Patreons, which you can do at patreon.com/PMM Publishing.
Very cool.
Please rate and review us on iTunes. Please do that. We need more reviews, more ratings.
The more you rate and review us, the higher up we go on like the list of like podcasts
Yeah.
to listen to.
Yeah.
And then more people find us.
More people
and
might
then
pledge.
we might have more Patreons.
Yeah.
See how that works?
Yeah. So, you can visit us at castlerockcast.com. Join our Facebook group at Castle Rock Radio, for fans of Stephen King podcasts and dick jokes. That's enough.
You know where to find
We'll
us.
see you in 2 weeks. Probably talking about the show. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, you done it now, Jordy Verrill? You monkhead. You monkhead.